Yeah, good evening, participants. In today's class, we are going to see how to make your Citavi tool for online search, and we are going to see how to use your Citavi picker and how to make your papers to be done. And then we'll be seeing something about task scheduling and everything. Actually, in our previous class, I think we have discussed about making this category and citing your reference to the category and your direct quotation, indirect quotation, and then summary marking and everything. I have seen it. Now we are going to see the online search. Now this is an online search toolbox. If you are a member in a library like standard libraries, British Library, Imperial Library, some libraries are free of cost. Some libraries are what I can say. It is a paid one, and you can search for the library. You can add your libraries. Okay, and you can see this add data sets. You can see this. You can find the information, name of the library, something like that. I'll just type library. Okay, you can have this libraries. You can see a lot of libraries are there. You can add the catalog of these libraries. Many libraries are at free of cost. Okay, and you can see this German library. Now I just made it L because I don't know how many libraries are there. Country wise you can see. Now I'll just make a library now L. Then I make this country Australia. Now you see these are the libraries are available repositories. That is what you can see this providers from clarivate analysis, subject area, earth science. Just like that I'm making earth science, and I make like this, uh I'll make some wording like instead of ESBS. These are the platforms. You can make all country, and you can say this all subjects, and then I can make name of the library. I should know the name of the library. See, these are the libraries are there. Now I can just click these libraries, okay, in my database. Okay, it's a very big task, according to your library. If you click and you can add it. See, when I add these libraries, I think you can see this libraries are added. Now you can see these libraries are added. Why this has been given? Because when you're targeting a journal and you write your journal, targeted journal writing, there is one more topic is that targeted journal writing. You target only the publication in particular library files. If you go for London School of Economics, they'll have only the economics. It is called repositories. That is what the reason NBA and NAC is trying to ask repositories. In your college you create a digital library, digital data sets. There is a very big mark for NBA and NAC. How do you make it as an ERP file? How do you have your digital library? How do you maintain your thesis? How do you maintain your documentation of the research papers? Everything, they make it as repositories. And that repositories will be publicly available to the people. See, many universities make this like this, and you can just add it. Now, after adding this, this area, I'm going to find out I need some documentation. I need some papers. For example, I'm just trying to find out a field like, wireless communication, wireless sensor network, sensor network, wireless sensor network. Now, this is my topic. Now if I'm able to get the authors, you can get the authors. If I don't have the title or something like that, I can just keep a search on this. Okay, and you can make an authentication because some will ask for publicly available. Of course you want to create all those things, but anyway, I'll do one thing. I'll just remove all those things. Okay, because it will take more time, and you have to make a login also. You have to check freely available libraries. Now I'll make it with this freely available London Public Library and all those things. Now I'll make a search of this. You can see this, it will automatically search total document from the entire library. So you can see here, in British Library, there are 659 libraries related to what I can say, wireless sensor network. Now I'm just going to stop this. See, I'm just going to stop this, and I start everything. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is that no, I just click this. I'm just going to click here. Now I can add to the project. Now I feel that this is a very good paper. I'm just selecting it and just adding it. Now this will be added here. I think you can add this here, and colony optimization is added here. Of course, it is a textbook, and if it is open link for you, it would have been open to you. Sometimes you can get it from the website also. You can click and you can get it, because your area your area your area will be in your required field. Then you try to put this in the notification of your categories. It will be more helpful to you. So now this is how your online search is going to helpful for you. Just keeping one word, it try to search all those areas. Of course, this particular online search is useful for target writing journals, and this is really useful for writing your what I can say, your identifying your area papers in all the libraries. And it really reduces your time of searching for a document, and that is what it is called, reference management system. Okay. And this library, you can add a number of books. You can go for here title wise. If you know that, you can have an advanced online search. You can put your author name and then you can search. If something is more very particular on that particular subject, you can get it. And you can auto detect your subscribe database. No, if you are subscribed somewhere, okay, with the same user ID and password where you use it for Citavi, you can connect it and you can identify what are the libraries are being connected to with the same ID, and they'll try to get it. Okay, auto detect your subscribe database. Okay, it will try to give a very big database. Now we can see this, and you can add this here and you can get your results. That is very important. And I think it is just coming with all the what I can say, library files. Okay, or database or the catalog, whatever it may be. Okay, of course from my name it's not there, so it gives a very simple thing. And you can search also. You can search in a different way also. You can put your only keywords and you can do it. So this is how you can make it, and you can make it on year wise also. You can make it on year wise. Now I'll just put it sensor. No, dopo. I'll just make it brain sensor. Brain sensors. Okay, now I've just made it brain sensors. Now I don't have year. It is going to search. Because if you have title, it will be very useful to go ahead with the years. Okay, this is how you can make it. Now you will get a lot of papers. It will keep on searching. You can see this paper title and everything here. I think you can able I'll just make it very big so you can able to see this. So this is the handbook where you have it, and you can put it here. And before going here, if you want to know what is the abstract of this paper, you can read directly. I think you can see here. I think you can able to see here minus and plus. Now you can see here. I'll just take one paper. Now I'll just put it here. You can see this abstract. Then and there you read your abstract. If you elongate, if you keep it here, it will be elongated and you can read it. You find that this is a very good paper for your research, and you can just click it and you can import it. See, this is how add to the project. Now you can add it. And this is how the particular paper is been read in the abstract. Automatic searching is being done. Automatically you can put it in your category list or in your all categories, something like that. You can segregate by reading the abstract. And this is how about the online searching. It's a very important thing. And now we are going to see one more very important thing is that citations, citing styles. These are the ready-made citing styles are there, and you can create a group bibliography. Of course, this is not much needed. You can edit the citations. So you can see the citation. Because when you go to citation, when a journal is given, you may not know this which type of citation style is that. I can click here, I can see the model here. You can see it here. Now you can just see behavior analysis, citation changes. Okay. If you take behavior research therapy citation style, it is like this. In IEEE access, what is the style? Now you want to create your own citation. If at all you want to create your own citation, you can make like this. You can edit like this. And of course, you can see this citation. Of course, this is a very big thing. Sometimes you are preparing your own document, book or something like that. By that time, it will be very useful. Of course, when you publish journal, it is not required. But still, what I mean here is that your citations, creating your own citation will be useful for when you write your own book, because you can have your citation on your own style. And for that also it is very useful. Of course, for journals, it is not required. Okay, that is a very important thing. And you can say this. You can insert in word in footnote. Cite this in a footnote or something like that. You can include this particular what I can say topic in your footnote or in word. You can do this also. Now I think you understand this a very beautiful thing, a very beautiful online search, and it was very useful for you. Now when you install this, you can see this. A very important thing is that if you go to IEEE Explorer. Okay, if you go to IEEE Explorer, if you go to IEEE Explorer, you can see this. I'll just take one paper. Dopamine. Dopamine is a fluid which is being generated in the brain. I'm just thinking that I want to make dopamine based papers. Then now what happened, I know I can able to see only few papers, and I can do that brain fluid, because the search engine was not able to get it very clear idea about it. I'm just making a single term is that brain fluids. So you can see how many papers are there. Now I'm just going to make an open access. Something has went wrong now. I think it is a problem here. I'll just make it brain, because I never want to waste the time. I'll make it like this, and I can make it only the brain. I'm just going to take a paper related to the brain. It may be sensor based, or it may be any image processing based brain analysis. Okay, it may be a disease, or it may be a computer interface, anything it may be. Now, when I go and see this transaction, real time continuous decoding gripping force from deep brain local. This is the paper, local field potentials. So this is a transaction paper, and you can see here Citavi picker. Now I can click here. Okay, the Citavi picker will pick this. Okay, and it asks for current projects, only imported selected reference, and you can say this, or you want to import all cited reference, display cited, whatever you want. Now you can see this. You can import this paper. Now I'm going to import the references. It is going, because already I've opened the Citavi there and I'm working here. Here my time is not being used to download this paper. Then I want to put it there. Nothing is there. Nothing is there. So what happens, importing reference to current desktop project. Your reference are in the way to the Citavi. Now you can see this in the Citavi. Okay, you can see here continuous references time. I think you can see this IEEE paper is there. I think you can able to see here. I'll just make it bigger size. That is what I made it there, because it's open source. You got it. If at all you don't have open source, no, you cannot get anything. I'm very sorry to say this, because unless otherwise you have open source, then only you can get it. Or otherwise it's an OA. that is your open access papers. You can get it. See, whenever you read the paper, you have to download, you have to search for the folder, then you have to identify where it is to be placed. Nothing here is done. Just click it, throw it out to the particular category, and it's a very beautiful task. It cannot be a very big toughest operating methods are used. It is very simple. The thing is, you have to practice yourself. You can see this. Okay. Now I'm just going to see this particular paper. It is a Citavi paper. You would have been taken a paper and you have picked up this Citavi paper. Now, when I feel this particular document has to be picked up, now I'm just taking this abstract because sometimes I'm not getting any, what I can say, full document abstract is available for me. Now I can use my Citavi picker and now I can go to the abstract. If you think that I want to make as a web page as a reference, or I can copy the selected URL to the clipboard now, or I want to make to add to the selection as a quotation, or I can go for the settings. Sometimes your Citavi will not be open. You can run the Citavi here. Of course, we have done it, so no problem. I'll just make it as an add as a selection as a quotation. Now it will ask the references to be done. I think it has been done. Now I can make this to be. I think you can see here. It has been done. It has made a quotation. Now I can add this quotation. In abstract, it is added. I think you can see here in abstract, you can see this quotation. Okay. I'll just make it bigger. Okay. You have made a quotation. Right now, what you made, the quotation is here. Lack of force information issues. I think you can go here. Lack of information longevity issues. And it will directly go to your direct quotation. Not only that PDF which you have in your Citavi library files or in your cloud, it is going to be used for direct quotation. It can be used from outside also. So wherever you go and do that, read it, you can use it there itself. Now you can see as a selection as a quotation or as an abstract or a keyword. Now I can use the URL. Now you can see the setting. You can go to the setting and you can identify the detector, go for the reference. You can just click this if at all you want. You can create an activity log of this, how many times you opened and all those things you can make it. Now this is how the setting is there. Now I'll just make one more document. I'm just going to make this brain computer interface document. Now I'll just put this from the Citavi picker as a table of content or copying the URL. Just you see this, I'm going to make it as an URL. I just make it once again because I went to Citavi web page. It should not be like this. I'll make as copy selection and URL to clipboard. It will go there. Whatever you are doing at the what I can say at the outer side of the document, you never want to download and save and you want to do it. It will just make the things correct and it will do it. Okay. And this is how it goes. Now, when you talk about this Citavi, and very important thing we want to do is that we want to make this collaborative rating. Okay, this collaborative rating. See, I want to teach you how this collaborative rating has been done. Okay, and that is one pending. And the next thing is that in Citavi, you have to be taught how it is being done for citing and how it is being documented in your Word file. Okay, now I think we'll close here. I'll close the Citavi. Now I'll just run and I want to make a collaborative. Just I'll make it here. I think when you open your Word file, I think I'll just open one Word file. Now I'm going to teach you how it is being done for collaborative research. Now before that, I'll just open a new Word file because it will be useful for you to understand. When Citavi is reinstalled, you can see here, very clearly starting Windows, Windows, Microsoft Word file. In starting, you can see this Citavi installation add-ons will be reflected on the icon. You can see this loading add-ons. Three add-ons are there with me, and that is what it is going to be reflected here. And now I'll go for this collaborative research. Now this is the file. Okay, now I can click here. I can delete the project. I can make the color, and of course, now if I want to add, wait a second, load settings. It is loading the settings. Okay, parallelly the Word has been opened. I'll make a new file. Okay. Now, please wait. I'll just make it. And you can see the recent changes here. What are the recent changes you have done? And you can reduce the size of this wording. That is also very beautiful thing is there. Of course, you make it 90%, it will be good. And okay, now I'll just make it clear. See, now this is the word. When I open this file with the Citavi, in Word file, I can get the Citavi files. I can open the current project. I think you can able to see this references, knowledge, and then you have chapters. Now, when you see this citations, everything. Now, in introduction, if I keep here reference, I'll get the reference. If I keep the knowledge, I'll get the knowledge. Now, if I double click the knowledge, okay, and you have to if you, it will double click, it will insert there. If I click introduction, it will click. If in introduction I have written something, it will come there. No, I didn't write anything, but here I'm just keeping this. If I click that, what I written there, it will be inserted there. So whenever whatever you have written there, okay, see, you can see this. Now you can see this related work, and you can see this inserting. Okay, see, I can put in a very single shot, insert all the documents what I have done it, everything is inserted. So whatever you write it there, because I did it only the basic and I didn't do anything. So you can see this, everything you can insert here. There is an option for insert advanced. Only the text you want to do, only the personal thing you want to be done, personal only, based upon, because you are collaborative, one person. Okay. And if you are interested in that, you can do it. And of course, when you go here, reference, when I put reference, I think you can able to see here. Okay, now when I want to put the reference, or I'll just make a click here. Okay, okay, I think it's talking about citation. You can see the citations. Okay, you can see the citations. You can see your chapters. If it is book chapter, and it is a knowledge. Now, when I want to have my what I can say, your bibliography to be inserted. Okay, I'll just go here. Please wait. References. Okay, I have to go for references. I think it is taking time. Please wait. Now, you have to pin it out. Now I have my references. I think you can see here insert bibliography, insert citation, and this is about the Mendeley. This is about the Mendeley. Now, when I want to keep here, insert citations. Okay, insert citations from Mendeley or Citavi. It will ask for the option. Now I'll just give an option that I'll go by what I can say, Citavi. Wait, I'll just click it. And you can use this. Wait. You can insert your bibliography here also, but still we didn't do that. Anyway, when you click here, okay, insert citation. I'll just make it refresh. It'll be good, I think so. Citation. Trying to start manually. Wait. Okay. Now citations. See, and this is goes to the Mendeley. Actually, it goes to the Mendeley. Oh, uh, you are given one. Okay, okay, we'll go here. Of course, it will be good. Separate panel, not with the common panel. We'll go here. Okay, we'll go to the Citavi panel. We'll close the Citavi panel, and you can have the references. Okay, and you can do your manual reference documentation. You can have your Citavi reference tail. Now I'll put on reference tail. I'll just type reference. Okay, and I can insert reference. Okay, I'll just wait. I'll just make it. It goes for the citation. Okay, when I do this, of course we don't do the reference. Only the reference. What we did is this. So that is what the reason. Okay, when you put your reference, then if you give the citation, then it would have been. I think I'll make it here with the 8 by 8 timing. Then you can see a lot of citations because I'm not taking your own documentation. I'll make something morning batch. I'll make this particular paper. I think you will get it for citing. Now I'm just going to for IEEE access references. I think you got the references. I think you got it. Now, if I want to do this references, because I have inserted it reference. Now, if I want to change this behavior model, it will change here. See, the reference has been changed. Now, the reference has to be done for any other journal format, it will change. So automatically, in the document where you referred, of course, here in related work it is referred, it will change. Okay. This is how it goes your paper. You read your paper there, you put your ideas there, you read your papers in your, what I can say, in your outside of the Citavi, you can take it to the Citavi. It is totally time consuming method and it is a very beautiful method. And of course, since we opened there, what I can say, Citavi there, mentally it is showing here. Now, now this figure I want to send it. Now I feel that this figure has to be sent. Now I can just take it. Okay, I'll just do it this way. I'll just make it in a simple form. It's a very tedious one because you want to make it into PDF. Even that has also avoided. Previously in older version it was like this. Now it is not like this. You can make your direct image, click the image and send it to your Citavi. Now I think we'll see the figure. We'll see the figure. Now this is the figure. Now you can go to the Citavi figure. You can put it as image quotation. Now image quotation. What do you mean by image quotation? Image quotation. Image quotation is that it will be here. You can see this where you're going to use this. If I say okay, now it will be storing it in your saving it in your particular as quotations. I can see this image quotation. Okay, please wait. I'll just show you the quotation. See, you can see these quotations. Okay, it will show your quotations. Of course, image quotation. Here also you can do your image quotation. You can just keep here and you can take your image quotation. You can make the bigger size. So you can see here, you can select and you can make as an image quotation. Not only this, image quotation can be done here. No, you can do it in, you can save this as image quotation. See, this is an option. Okay. Now, in which category I want to put it, I'll put it in introduction and then I'll just make it in introduction category. That's it. Previously, we didn't give that image quotation where to be located. That is what the reason we are not getting. Now, I'll make it from outside. I'll just make it as a Citavi picker, add as an image quotation because you see the image, but you are not able to get it. Now you see this is the image. Now I want to keep it in related work category, so I'll make it related works. Now this is what the related works. Okay. I think we have completed our file to be converted, and we have seen our citations, and we are seeing our what I can say word conversions. It means that how to have your documents read from various sources, then connecting to Citavi, then you can make it as a file. So your typing work is then and there completed. That typing is being converted as a paper. I think it's a very beautiful tool, and of course, only by practice you can make, you can understand, you can feel the time saving concept. Okay. And the one more thing is that left out here is that we want to teach you how to make this project to be shared. Now I'll make one new sharing. If you want to share this project to some of your friends, how to share your what I can say, if you want to organize, if you want to send a group. No, I'll just make like this. I'll just make it from first. Now, when you create a file, I'll just make like this. When you're creating your file, by the time itself, you could have allotted, that cloud file to be used. Now I'm just going to create a new one, a cloud file. Now I can make Shankar. Okay, Shankar. Now I selected share after project creation. I want to click here. Okay, I can share later also. Because sharing is only to make these people to connect with this other collaborators, and that is how the sharing comes. Okay, I made it in the initial itself. You can share later on. Sometimes you have to share at the initial stage. Sometimes you have to share at the different after creating the folder. You can share, and two types of sharing is available here. Okay, and it's a new project you have created. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a member. Now if at all you want to give your email ID, it's called drnr shankar at gmail.com. Now I'm going to send a message join. Okay, if I send a message join, now I can make it as a join. He'll be the author now. Okay, he'll be selected as a team member. Now he is a team member now. The mail would have been sent. Now you can see this mail here. From Citavi, the mail would have been reached to us. And of course, you can see this here. I think the next class we'll be discussing very clearly about this because it needs some time. Okay, and we want to wait for this links to be enabled. Okay, and I think I can stop here. Next class we'll be totally dealing with collaborative research, how to make your collaborative research here, and how to make your collaborative research through Citavi and other tools. What are the other tools are there? Okay. I think we'll see the collaborative research through Citavi as well as some other tools. There are some other tools.